Win for the Tigers today. Really proud of the way we came out in that first inning. Obviously, Cammie with a great first at bat, two-strike battle, punched one into left field, and then McKenzie with the big double there, and got off to a great start. Obviously, they got Cagle and Gombarda out with 2 outs, and I love the way Vieira and Logaleo gave us 2 great at bats there with 2 outs and kind of opened it up a little bit. Vieira with a big line drive, and then Logaleo with a 2-strike, hit the changeup out of the park, which was huge. I think that gave everybody an opportunity to take a deep breath. Millie, just an outstanding job in the circle. I mean, anytime you throw a no-hitter, it's special, but to do it in postseason, I think we'll all remember that for the rest of our lives. Like the way we continued to put pressure on their pitching staff. Hit a lot of line drives today, had some great situational hitting. Logaleo, Oda with RBIs, and of course Sam Russ creating a lot of havoc on the bases. Total team effort today. Really proud of the way we performed in our first home regional. Just a special moment for our program, and we get about 15, 18 hours to enjoy it, and we get to go back to work tomorrow, and looking forward to that challenge.
Millie, it looked like your changeup was working really well for you, keeping them off balance today. You've been the game 1 starter for a couple weeks now. How excited were you when you knew you were going to get the ball today?
I was really, really excited. I kind of felt like I would maybe throw today, and it was a great experience. I'm glad that they have trust in me to allow me to, start that first game, so I'm really happy about it.
I guess it was a great no-hitter, as Coach said, but you were just a couple of hit batters away from a perfect game there. One just barely nicked the hitter, and the other looked like she turned her shoulder into it. Was it tough to miss a perfect game by those two?
Yeah, I think I was working on things as well. I was working on going in. I know I have to throw in and out, and against Auburn, against Louisiana. So I just wanted to work on that, and unfortunately, I hit a few people, but it'll prepare me for the next day. So.
Mackenzie, for you guys came out there, you kind of got things rolling and kind of just settled the whole thing down with that 6-run first. Can you talk about how big it was to come out there and play that well?
Like Coach said, after we got a few runs under our belt, it was a breath of relief to say. But after that first inning and that first batter that Millie was throwing to, a girl swung a miss on the first changeup, I just got chills going down my back thinking about it. But just what Coach said, complete team effort offensively and defensively. It was just outstanding today.
Mackenzie, you're 3 for 3 today with 2 ribbies, 4 for 4, or 7 for 7 with 4 ribbies the last 2 games. You feel like you're hitting about as hot as you have all season right now?
I think I'm doing okay, yes, sir. I'm just trying to stay humble, see ball, hit ball, and not think too much of it.
What's the plan the rest of the afternoon? Are you going to be scouting your next opponent here today?
Yeah, we're going to try to keep it as normal as possible. I told the team, certainly they can stay out and watch the game. It's regionals, enjoy it. It's awfully hot, so we got to make sure we're not sitting in the sun too long and staying hydrated. It's nice to be at home, sleeping in our own bed, kind of getting in our routine. We have a lot of family in town, so being able to enjoy family is huge. And we've worked hard to earn the right to host the regionals, and we want to enjoy it. And we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Millie, Coach said, throwing a no-hitter is special, but doing it in the postseason, something that you all will remember forever. What were your emotions when you got that final out there?
I was trying not to think about it at the beginning, but it's just a total team thing, like they said. The defense was great, and I think I'm going to remember that the most. Is just how special the support I have from this team, from the coaches, and from the players, and I think that's what I'll remember the most.
Millie, can you talk about your changeup and how you use that as a weapon?
I don't honestly know how I throw it. I just throw it. Today I had one that was a strike and then one that was biting low, and it kind of changes, which is tough sometimes. But I just know that I'm comfortable with it, and I'm going to throw it in any count in any situation.
Coach, can you talk about that changeup?
Yeah, it's pretty filthy when it's on, and certainly, today when she's throwing it at 2 different locations, it's extremely tough. And you saw the Wilmington hitters, they were pretty baffled with it today. And I think the biggest key with Millie is, she just can't overthrow, and we have a couple of sayings with her, cues that keep her kind of focused, and one of them is less is more. She gets out there and tries to throw 90 sometimes, adrenaline's flowing, and if she can just settle in and get into the game. And then the key is her posture sometimes. Pitching with that changeup, it's so filthy. has a tendency to get on her front side too much. And you just, holler at her a couple times, she picks it up and makes the adjustments really quick, and that's why she's so effective and such a good pitcher.
Coach, I guess you decided not to tinker with Logaleo's spot there in the lineup in the sixth spot. How rare is it to have a hitter as hot as she is right now?
It's pretty special. I told you last week I just like to sit back and watch when she gets hot, and she's seeing it as she is right now. And our lineup, we have a tough lineup. First to 9 hitters, it's really tough, and you start tinkering sometimes, overcoaching a little bit, you can mess with it. And we just like the way it is. You go Gombarda righty, Cagle lefty, Gombarda righty, Vieira lefty, Logaleo righty, Sam lefty. So, as a pitcher, it's tough going left, right, and all of those players have the ability to hit the ball out of the park. And, it's a nice luxury to have power and speed up and down that lineup.
Coach, for your team to have such an all-around dominant performance in the first game that you guys have ever hosted in terms of the tournament here, just how special is that, that they rose to the occasion of this high-pressure moment in program history?
Yeah, as a coach, you think you're prepared, but you never know how your team's going to respond. Obviously, a big game, our first ever home regional, a lot of emotion going into it, a huge crowd, electric atmosphere. For a 12 o'clock on a Friday afternoon at 95 degrees, the crowd was awesome. It was awesome. And you just never know how a team's going to react to that. And, but they responded. They really did. And like we said earlier, I think the big first inning helped, us take the nerves off a little bit. And certainly it'll help us prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a battle. We know that. But really proud of the way we played today. And really, for us in our third year of existence to have another 40-win season is huge. We're awfully proud of that.
Mackenzie, Millie, what was that electric atmosphere like playing out there?
As soon as I heard Millie's walkout song come on, you just heard the whole crowd get up and start clapping, and that's when I finally realized, I looked out on the berm and it was completely full, and normally I can spot my parents out in the crowd, but I couldn't even spot them today. It was just absolutely insane for the first game.
It's pretty amazing to see how much fan support we had. Obviously this is a work day for most people, and we have a full stadium right here. It's just amazing.
Coach, by my count, 13 run rule wins this season, 18 shutouts. You've been around the game a long time. How rare is that?
I really don't pay attention to that. A W is a W. We take them any way we can get them, and obviously winning is hard at this level. And certainly it's a lot easier to coach when you score a lot of runs and you have pitchers that can dominate like Millie and Valerie and Reagan and Brooke. And but for us, I think we are an explosive offense. We're very capable of putting up runs in a short amount of time. And the biggest key for us is to play clean defensively, continue to get that great pitching, and get the timely hitting. We know tomorrow's going to be a test for us.
Any questions from Zoom?
Hey, yeah, Millie, this is David Hood with TigerNet. I've got a couple of questions for you. Number one, what is the deal with the captain's hat? I love seeing you wear it in the dugout, out on the, taking it out on the road with you. What's the deal with that?
Honestly, there's no deal. I just like to have fun, and it's brought a good energy and atmosphere into our dugout, and I think, it's just a fun thing to have, and I think it's just good to keep, things light in the situation, so that's kind of what I've done, and I think it's worked, so.
And for you, go back to last fall when you found out you had to have surgery, and, you had surgery, there was probably doubt in your mind, you had to do the rehab. How special is it for you to get back to this point, play the game you love, have the day you had today, considering everything that you've gone through?
Yeah, it's pretty special. It was really tough, and I worked really, really hard to get back. So I'm really, really proud of it.
Is that the scar on your left arm? Is that what that's from?
Yes.
When you see that, is it a constant reminder of the work that you put in, of everything you've had to do to get back to this point?
Yeah, I think there's good and bad days with scars. It's hard to look at sometimes, but definitely when things are going well, it's a reminder of how much work and effort I've put into this, and so much work to get back because, I wasn't at a point I wasn't prepared to be back as early as I was. So it's just really special to me.
When your teammates kind of crowded around you there, how emotional was that there at the end of the game? You've thrown the no-hitter, and then you're just embraced by everybody. How special was that?
I think it's really special because it shows that, that wasn't just me, that's the whole team. And, them coming around, just having that support, and it was a team no-hitter. The defense was amazing, and it's just so special and memorable, and those moments are what I'm going to remember from this.
And Aaliyah, as her teammate, how hard are you pulling for her? Because you also know what she's been through. How hard are you pulling for her to not only get that no-hitter, but, also happy for her that she's gotten back to this point?
Just with injuries in itself, it's hard to watch it happen and then to watch them fight day in and day out to get back to the spot they are. I know the second time she injured her shoulder, she came in the dugout and you knew that something was wrong. And to see her fight that and come back stronger than she left, it's just incredible. I know her and Millie have worked so hard in that training room for their rehab. I was almost tearing up there when Millie was talking about it. Just so much love for the both of them, and any injury, knee, arm, whatever it is, it's just, you have to be there for your teammate. You have to have their back because they're going to have not only difficult days physically, but mentally it's exhausting. You can just see it on their face. You just have to stand behind them and have their back with that.
Any other questions either from Zoom or anybody else that's here in person? Hearing none, thank you guys very much.
Thanks,